Dear Capricorn, Healing Grasshopper here to do your reading for October 18th to the 24th. Okay, I love it. I love it when Capricorn readings start like this because Lord knows Capricorn is always going through it. So it's like, give us some good news. I'm Capricorn Sun, by the way. Those of you who are new here, welcome. So this is a channel where everyone is attended to, but Capricorns especially get a little something extra because I know what Capricorns go through. We are children of Saturn and we get it the worst. So we can use the extra help, right? Both of these are ours, reversed. Okay. Hmm. This is very contradictory. I'm not really sure what this is referring to yet. I'm just now drawing in the energy, but it's like Spirit is saying that there's something that you should be celebrating that you're anxious about, which is, and I have no references for this yet. Um, but I mean, I wouldn't say this is an unusual situation for a Capricorn because it's, you know, we are natural pessimists, right? And we are pessimists because it keeps us out of trouble, right? We can see the trouble a mile away, better than everyone else. But when we have that alarm system on 24/7, it kind of unfortunately filters out the good things, you know. And from what we've been going through in the past handful of years, we can be a little PTSD-ish. So it can be easy for us to miss things that we should be celebrating, but that's okay because Spirit is here to guide you through this and get your attention. Yeah, here we have the chill out card, the Four of Swords. We'll see if that's reversed in a moment. For this situation and this card, whether it's reversed or not, is immaterial. It's pretty much the same message. It's just saying you need to chill out, pretty much. What else we got? We have the Hierophant. Okay, maybe we have this deck upside down. No, it's a mixed deck. Okay, one more, please. Reversed? No. Hierophant reversed? No. This is our next card. Okay, so here it's materializing here. We've got the Hierophant, which is obligatory. This is something that we are obligated to do. We are this can be like a marriage, a job, taxes, something that carries some kind of responsibility. This is, not an option. Um It's in a diagonal to the Three of Cups. So, but look, Hierophant situations in our lives can usually carry some kind of anxiety because obligations are almost never fun, right? Responsibility carries some level of anxiety. Um, but over here, Spirit's like, no, it's all good. So on either side of Hierophant here, you have the Four of Swords, the chill out card, and Temperance, which is balance. So what Temperance is saying is pretty much what I said in the very beginning, which was that your mind is very far and deep into the pessimism, and you're simply not looking on the bright side of things, that you're so used to looking in the shadow and what's coming from the shadow that you're very seldom looking at what's coming from the light. So I just heard the word lesson. There's a lesson in this one. This feels very uh karmic, like a karmic lesson. A karmic lesson is put before us to teach us something, right? The universe wants you to understand something and not just understand it in the moment, but understand it for your entire life and carry it with you as a reference point for the next situation that you're in, so that you know that the next time you're in some kind of a situation that dredges up anxiety, you need to automatically not necessarily snap yourself out of it, but remind yourself to look both ways. You know, you're not just looking at the bad, you're looking at how can this be good for me? So in this week, this is really going to show you, things are going to turn out well. And you're going to forever look back at this situation like, see, that turned out well. You know, not everything is a threat. Not everything is, a cause for panic. What else we got, Spirit? Yeah, see, Two of Pentacles is you're handling it just fine. Three of Cups, things are turning out well for you. Take it easy and chill out because you can you can do this. This isn't anything that you can't handle. The Emperor. The Emperor is ours, right? Reversed? No. Okay. So again, the Emperor under the Hierophant is almost the same message as the Two of uh, Pentacles, where there's like, there's a situation, and the Emperor is like, you're on top of it. You are master. You are master over this. You are fine. You're handling it well, like a boss, like a Capricorn, because we are bosses. Knight of Swords. This is very interesting that it came out here. Under Temperance, too. So, Knight of Swords almost always carries a caveat. Knight of Swords is, right. I was going to say, Knight of Swords, next to the Eight of Wands, which you did get the Eight of Wands here, are the two cards that represent things happening swiftly. The only difference between the two is that the Eight of Wands is beyond your control. This is like the atmosphere, what's happening around you. The Knight of Swords is you setting your own pace, which is swift, right? So it's kind of like you're rising to this challenge of things happening swiftly, but it's below temperance. And the Emperor kind of lends a little bit of grounding as well for the Knight of Swords. It's like, okay, you're on pace, but are you sure you need to be this frantic? That's the word I'm looking for, right? Because it's under temperance, but it's also under the Nine of Swords here, right? So this can kind of be like rushing under pressure, you know, like your pace is being fed by your anxiety, which is never good. You don't want to be rushing out of fear because that creates a lot of mistakes and chaos for yourself. So it's kind of like slow down a little and assess things before you make a decision. And yes, it seems like everything's happening um, swiftly, but you are the emperor here. You can set your own pace. Yeah, things are coming swiftly, but that doesn't mean that, you have to jump when someone says so. You know, it's perfectly within your power for you to be like, okay, hold on a minute, I'll be right with you. Instead of, okay, I got it, I'll do it right away. No, you know. So we need one more. Ace of Cups. Wow. I got chills, guys. This is such a beautiful message. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this before, but it is said in the metaphysical circles um, that love conquers fear. The opposite of fear is love. Um, so, what does that mean for you? How does that help you? Number one, love for yourself. And I'm sure in the clarification cards, we're going to get something like um, the Six of Pentacles, the generosity card, because that's what came into mind here, where love for self and being kind to yourself in this situation, like, oh, I'm not going fast enough. Oh, I'm not doing it right. Let's not do that, guys. Okay? No one is harder on themselves than a Capricorn and maybe Virgo. Virgo's pretty hard on themselves too, right? Earth signs can be real hard. We can really pile a ton of bricks on ourselves. Um, so kindness to oneself, but also in this anxiety that we're in, it's always good to remember that we are not alone, that we have plenty of support. There is a mantra that I've made for myself. You're welcome to use it. um, I am loved, I am blessed, I am protected, I am supported. That I say over and over again until I feel better. It's, depending on the severity of the anxiety that I'm feeling, you know, it helps eventually. Sometimes it takes a while though. But you say it over and over again until you can breathe better. And say it with meaning. While you're saying that, you need to keep your spirit guides in mind because they are there to help you. And your higher self as well. You can remind yourself that you agreed to be here. You're here for a reason and you laid out plans for yourself. And this is part of that plan. And that one day when you are reunited with your your spirit guides and your higher self, you're going to look back at this moment like, I was so silly for being so anxious. You need to remind yourself of this because we take things too seriously, especially earth signs. What else we got for clarity? What do we got for clarity, spirit? Queen of Pentacles. Let's see if that's reversed in a moment. Both of these are ours. Reversed. Nothing's reversed. Okay. So Queen of Pentacles. Page of Swords. Okay. So our first message here is, you know what? Let's just get kind of complete that. Oh, look at Knight of Swords again. Okay. So Queen of Pentacles here is saying that you have plenty of resources. Now, this can mean money, but it doesn't necessarily mean money entirely. It can just mean what I said, resources. People you know, companies that you know of that you can utilize, um, physical tools that you can use. I don't know why the word printer just came up. I don't know. We often don't print things very often. You can uh, take it how it resonates. It may not occur to you right away to print things out. Um, but that's what this is talking about. This is talking about resources at your fingertips that you may not be thinking of necessarily in the moment. And it might, once you calm down, right? Because it's easier to think, which is what we're going to talk about here with the Page of Swords. And it's easier to connect to the advice from our spirit guides when we are calm. Four of Swords, right? So, Page of Swords is like a eureka moment. This is swords indicate thoughts, right? But a page indicates something new, right? So, eureka moment, a new thought, a light bulb, right? So, again, as soon as we take control of our anxiety, we will be able to utilize that light bulb. It will turn on. Um, but the anxiety is like short circuiting the light bulb. The tower represents things beyond our control, right? And then here in this diagonal, we've got the tower attached to the Hierophant and the Two of Pentacles, which means that, and it explains why you're so anxious here, because it's now painting the picture of something that happens beyond your control. Um, this can be something like a client that is disgruntled because something didn't go well in the business that you're responsible for. You have to clean up the mess, you know? And that is the kind of thing, again, an earth sign takes very seriously. It's not that the other signs don't, but it's like it hits us really deep. Like, wow, this is my responsibility. This represents me. I can't have this um, calamity representing me this way. But life happens, it can make you look just as good to have a calamity that you resolve well than something that goes well from the start. You understand what I'm saying? Like it gives you the opportunity to impress whoever it is by how well you take care of it. Because listen, Capricorn, let's not forget that people are very capable of understanding that life happens. Like this thing happened. Okay, fine. How do we deal with it? You deal with it well, and they're impressed, they're grateful, and then you have impressed upon them how serious you are about providing that service to them, and it makes them trust you and like you even more in learning how you deal with a crisis, that kind of thing, right? So, but when the crisis initially happens, it's like the sky is falling, right? So, but the sooner you gather yourself up, Chicken Little, you know, the better things will be, and the quicker you can get on top of it and resolve this tower. Knight of Swords, under the Page of Swords. So this is the same message, but with the addition of the Page of Swords. What this is saying is that as long as you think things through, your actions will be fine. But there needs to be planning involved in each decision that you make and not just pure reaction to things, right? You feel the urge to move, you need to force yourself to stop and think about things and plan things before you make your decision. That's all. Because you already have a tower here. Let's not create more towers and making mistakes, right? Because the Knight of Swords is facing this tower. He is rushing towards. Oh, then I just heard fire engines. This is very much like a firefighting fighter running towards a fire, right? But firefighters are trained to react quickly, but with intention, right? They are trained to do things a certain way, and it's not like a firefighter's like panicking. They do take a moment when they get there to assess things and plan out. Okay, we need to get the hose, or do we need to use a fire extinguisher first? Like, what is our next step going to be instead of running into the house without a plan? So, wait, reversed? No. Okay, so 10 of Wands is just saying that, and then my eyes went straight to the 8 of Wands here. It's like the 10 of Wands talks often about being overburdened, right? And there's an element of that here, but that's not the main message in this reading with this card. I looked over here because Spirit is trying to show me that it's almost as if you have successfully gathered up all of these wands, right? And you're carrying them. They're a bit heavy, but you're carrying them to where they need to go. You have taken care of what needed to be taken care of. Yes, they're a little cumbersome, but you've got it under control, is what this is saying. Okay? So, the moral of this story, Capricorn, is that there is nothing that is put in front of you that you cannot handle, which is the primary message of the Two of Pentacles. Like, you can handle this, you got this, right? So you feel that anxiety in the pit of your stomach. Maybe the first thing you need to do is remember this reading and say, I got this. That doesn't mean either, Capricorn, that you have to know exactly how to deal with everything in that moment. It's going to come to you. That's why you say, I got this to yourself. Like, I don't know what to do yet, but I'll figure it out. It's okay. I'm Capricorn. I am the emperor. I know how to deal with the crisis. It'll come to me because I have a whole spirit team behind me helping me, plus the intellect to match it. I'm fine. I know I'm a Capricorn. I know how to deal with this crisis. I always get through these things. Well, pat yourself on the back and get to work. Okay? So, Capricorn, let me know how this resonates. Um, I'm really looking forward to hearing from you. Um, I answer every single comment. I love comments. They really help uplift me and keep me going because the algorithm is not the kindest to small channels. So, hearing from my viewers really brightens my day and keeps me going. So, looking forward to hearing from you. Don't hold back. If you can talk about anything you want to talk about. If you have a question, suggestion, you want to talk about this reading, whatever it is. Okay. Um, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, especially even if you think that you are subscribed. Have a look anyway. Some of you might uh, realize that you are not subscribed or you have been unsubscribed because YouTube does do that on occasion. It's happened to me several times. So just go ahead and click. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and beyond. So every single one counts. Um, don't forget to click the notification bell so that you don't miss the upcoming videos. I'm posting pretty often, so um, don't miss any. Okay. Um, if you're really inclined to helping this channel, the other thing that you can do is have a look at my playlists and choose one of them. There's a Capricorn playlist. There are many others to choose from. Um, set it to autoplay and have it on as background noise while you're going about your daily tasks or while you're winding down at night in bed. Um, because watch hours are everything to help a channel grow. So I thank you in advance. Um, I'm assuming this is your sun sign that you're watching. What you may not realize is that your moon rising and north node signs are just as important. You can find out what those are if you don't know by going um, by Googling, calculate my blank sign, finding one of the free sites. It's not going to cost you anything. Find out what those signs are, come back and watch the corresponding videos. And follow them every month, not just your sun sign. I know that you'll have a more rounded, well-rounded view of things. Um, Shout out to all my viewers. I really do appreciate you. My English speakers, US, UK, Canada, Australia. I see you in my analytics, and I really do appreciate you. Thank you for your support. My non-English speakers, Spanish speakers, Portuguese speakers, Filipinos, Indians, I also appreciate you very much. I see you in my analytics every month and I'm blown away. For the Hindu speaker that asked me to dub my videos, um, that is an excellent idea and I added it to my goals, but the thing is that dubbing is very expensive. So I am not able to do that right now. But what I ask is stick with the channel, put up with the subtitles for now, and at some point, as the channel grows and you help the channel grow, we will grow together and I will be able to afford dubbing. But until then, just please put up with the subtitles. I will speak to all of you soon, Cappies. Love, light, and many blessings.